Have you ever asked yourself, why do women ovulate? Why do you see blood flowing out from the vagina of a woman? And what happens if a woman is not secreting blood every month? What is the end point of ovulation? What happens with that ovulation? And why this ovulation compulsory? So this video will explain all those things for you. So in ovulation is divided into two phases. We have the ovarian cycle and we have the uterine cycle. The ovarian cycle and the uterine cycle. So let's start with the ovarian cycle. The ovarian cycle is made up of three phases: the follicular phase, then ovulation and the luteal phase. The follicular phase, ovulation and the luteal phase. While the uterine cycle is made up of three phases, which are the menstrual cycle, the proliferative phase, and the secretory phase. Now, let's define the menstrual cycle. So the menstrual cycle is a series of regular occurring events. So it's an event that occurs in every 22 to 32 days. Averagely, it occurs for 28 days in most women. So beginning on the first day of bleeding to the last day of the menstrual cycle. And this ovulation is like something every woman must do for a woman to be medically fit to give birth to a baby. So we have this ovarian cycle and they are interrelated and interconnected to the uterine cycle. So the ovarian cycle generates signal based on egg status. So it generates this signal based on whether the egg is fertilized or not. Depending on the egg status, have the egg matured or not. So this now affects the amount of hormonal signals, the estrogen and prostrogen that will be released during the uterine cycle. And the uterine cycle just depend on the endometrium thickens or shed indirect response. So this means that the endometrium will thicken or it will shed off depending on the signals getting from the hormone. And what is sending these signals is the ovarian cycle. So the goal is for maturation of an ovum and preparation for implementation bed. So the end product of ovarian cycle is to mature the ovum. The ovum is the oocyte. The ovum is the egg. So it's to prepare the ovum, and the end product of uterine cycle is to prepare the uterine endometrium for implementation. So let's start with the ovarian cycle. This is the engine of fertility. So the ovarian cycle, as I've said, is divided into three phases, which are the follicular phase, the ovulation phase, and the luteal phase. The follicular phase, the ovulation phase, and the luteal phase. So what happens to the follicular phase? The follicular phase is from day 1 to around day 12 or day 13, or sometimes day 14, while the ovulation phase is most time day 14. So ovulation occurs at day 14 for individuals in which they usually see their menstrual cycles in 28 days. And the luteal phase that occur in starting from day 15 to day 28. So this follicular phase, ovulation phase, and luteal phase works hand to hand depending on what the body needs.